Okay, I'm right back with another video. I'm following up with the other video. So anyway, I was just rambling on. I needed to talk. I had to talk, but I want to finish off because what I was saying, because I cut off in mid sentence somewhere, I think, in my last video, and I was basically talking about the whole issue with the people who get want to get real uh, belligerent, basically, in over situations or issues that, just because you're the focus of their gossip, and it gets tiring, I never asked for it, I was always led to believe, because, I've always read about, going to work, looking for jobs and stuff. I've been doing that since I was like 16, just reading different tips and information and stuff like that. So I always, everybody always says, you're supposed to look nice for work. You should look nice for work, and you should. I mean, to me, it's like some people, I think there's clothes are appropriate for every situation. You know what I mean? That's my preference, it's just my preference, and I don't expect, and really some of the clothes I wear, I don't think I'm wearing anything great, not like, you're wearing a pair of jeans and you're cuffing them up and you're wearing like a t-shirt, but it seems like when you're gang stalked, everything that you do, is like a big deal, and it's uncomfortable. I mean, a lot of the people I see, they wear the same kind of stuff, you know what I mean? And a lot of times I see people who are wearing things that are far more expensive than what I'm wearing. So why am I always getting this attention? I don't like it. I don't like it, because obviously there's this catty woman and barking and getting all upset, and it's control, to me, that it's just over the top. It's evil. It's basically the way I look at it. But and I was thinking about preconceived ideas earlier, and I'm getting really tired. You can tell I'm like, oh God, I just want to climb in bed, stop thinking for a bit. But I was thinking about preconceived ideas and how someone like Stephen's mom or Polly, and even though, but see, nobody has any morals, because obviously they're going to defend incest. I don't want to say that there's no morals to incest. I want to follow up on this a little bit later about my thoughts on incest in a few minutes, but people just, immediately have more respect for what a white person says, because in their mind, they look like them, so therefore they're credible, and they're above question. And I don't know what to tell you. I don't like telling people how to think or whatever, but obviously you should know by now that's not true. I'm not saying that white people aren't credible, because there are some. I take things on an individual basis. There are some honest white people. I personally never met any, because I haven't met any honest black people, and I haven't met any honest Asians, and I haven't met any honest Hispanics either. Because to me, at this point, the way I feel after all of this bullshit, that the entire face of the planet should just blow up, because that's just how I feel. Because I've met nothing but two-faced people during the course of all this going on, just people smiling in your face and then being two-faced and then going gossiping and all this other crap. And so, but I was thinking about the preconceived ideas about, the people, I used to have certain ideas about certain people. Like, I used to think that Asian people never stole anything. And I know that's ridiculous, right? That's ridiculous, right? Because there's thieves in every culture, okay? But I remember I was at the department store one time, and there was this lady. She came in, and she stole a bunch of things, and she put it in her kid's stroller, right? And I was shocked as hell. I was shocked. Seriously, I was shocked. See, I was young. I knew that people could be shifty, but like I said, I had no idea. I had my preconceived ideas too. Like, I remember my programming as a kid. I did have some programming, before I allowed it to, I started thinking for myself, because I realized that there was a contrast between what was going on this tube, and then what was going on being played out in reality, and I knew that it was fake, okay? not just the cartoons, where like, Tom and Jerry are being chased or whatever, and then like, Jerry blows Tom's head off, and then Tom continues living. Okay, I knew that was bullshit. But I'm talking about just the skits and everyday shit, okay? I mean, like, nobody's happy. Families aren't, like, lovey-dovey. There's very little goddamn love in the world, period, okay? But based on these stereotypes, and then the Asian people that I did know, I only knew them, like, when I'd go to their house for a little bit, a regular childhood visit, like, you play for 2 hours and come back home, or whatever. So it never, so when I encountered this issue about this lady stealing something, it blew me away, because like I said, I've always known Asian people to be, very hardworking people, focused people, studious, whatever you want to call it. That's a stereotype, okay? But there's different people on all parts of the spectrum in every race, And I used to always, I remember this old lady conned me out of $60 in one day. And this was a time where, and I still hold a grudge, okay? This lady could just drop dead for all I care, because let me tell you what she did. My son was very young at the time, okay? And we were struggling, okay? But I was trying to be, decent. I was still young. I didn't realize that people didn't have any scruples, right? I remember she knocked on my door, and she had tears in her eyes, okay? They were crocodile tears. Now I understand that, right? But anyway, she's like, oh, I don't have enough money for my medicine. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's sad, right? That's sad. Well, how much is your medicine? Oh, it's about $20. I'm like, okay, I just got paid, so I gave her $20, right? And then she comes back and says she doesn't have transportation to get there. And then I said, well, how much is that? She's like, well, it's going to be maybe I got to take a taxi and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, fine. Anyway, this went on another time. And then, later on in the evening, she's like, oh, we're going to have a few people over at my house later. Why don't you come by? And I was like, I'm bored, right? I'm bored. I want to get out of the house, right? So I went to her house. And then, I remember walking around the house, and then I opened the bathroom door, and she was smoking crack. Okay? And it hurt me so bad, because for some reason, in my mind, little old ladies don't do that. Now, that sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? It sounds really ridiculous. But I had this thing in my mind: old people don't cheat, they don't lie, they're always honest. And I don't know why I thought these things, okay? And as I'm older, I look back now and I'm thinking, because what was being played out in front of you on television, I would see old people all the time on television, and they're always playing those mother